Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another Thursday live stream where, yes, as always, covering the hot topics on Transformers Earth Wars. So welcome to the stream, guys, and thanks for joining me. So, in today's stream, we're also going to be going through the news, going through what we talked about in the stream today, or there wasn't anything really new. We kind of knew most of it. We're talking a bit about that. We're going to talk about this weekend's event. We're going to take a look at the new combat. It's pretty much finalised now. I know it's a bit last minute. Apologies. But we literally got the content really late. We'll take another look at Volcanicus. Not many changes. In fact, no changes to him. But if you weren't here last week, it's just another chance to have a look at him as well. And then we're going to be taking a bit of an in-depth look at the 5-star batch. Looking at the changes that have been made. And judging where the batch kind of is compared to other batches in the game. We're not going to do a ratings video yet because it's not finalised. Now, when it is finalised, we'll do a ratings video and we'll rate it where it sort of sits in with the other batches. But for now, we're just going to judge it as it is before we make some changes maybe to it. And sort of make some initial thoughts, guesses on what might happen, what might not, and what needs to happen maybe. Then we talk about the new bots coming to the game for the endurance at the end of the month, hoping that they're going to be really, really good bots. Talking a bit about that as well. All that and more. And as always, guys, if you've got any questions, put them in the chat and I will gladly go through them and try and answer them the best I can. So apologies for the thumbnail. I've been trying to do a few edits. I know people have been getting thrown out the stream, so I've been trying different things every week. I've tried something different now. I've tried linking my YouTube together, see if that works. But there's complications with that, which you can obviously see today. So I'm trying some different things, guys. But let me know if you get thrown out of the stream again. You have to go back in. Ideally, I want people to be able to stay in the stream. As you can see, I've got a cold again. This is the third cold since November. But yeah, I'm here. I'm actually feeling not too bad, apart from the cough. But yeah, I've got a cold again. Great. What else? I think that's about it, really. In RL, there's not much happening, really. It's just back to the same old routine, I think, really. Yeah. But let me know in the chat who's going for the BBE item this weekend. Who's going for the 5-star? Who's going to be really trying? Who's going to be pushing past 50k? Are you even doing 50k for the 4-star even? I mean, let me know now what you're thinking about doing. And then let me know later, after we've done the review of the bot, if it's changed your mind. And you're going to go for it, maybe, maybe not. But let's have a look through the chat, see what we've got in the stream. So we got Grind Time first. Welcome to the stream, brother, as always. We've got Candyman, one of our members, waiting for some Cyclonus news. There's no Cyclonus news, sadly. I know you've been waiting for a long time. And it's been really dragged out. But sadly, no news. I'll tell you that right now. I haven't dragged it out. We've got Chris Harmon, Jason Rowley. We've got Whisper. Welcome to the stream. We've got Carnage McIte. We've got Trex. Who's Trex? Trax Penny Lancaster. We've got Blade 19. Stephen Gomez. E-Rods. A lot of talk about the foosball. The egg ball. Not a clue what everyone's talking about. Honestly, I don't even know the result. Well, actually, no, I do. I do know the result of the, that game that everyone raves about in America. What's it called again? Yeah, that one, whatever it is. I'm not joking, Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl result, I believe the Chiefs won, but there was like some controversy. That's all I sort of heard, really. But yeah, Americans sort of lose their mind when I sort of talk like this. They're like, how can you not know? And I'm like, honestly, it's not that big over here. And I think I was talking to Grind Time about American football coming over here. And I said, like, yeah, it's come over here. But honestly, it's not like we're going watching another sport in a way. It's more like a day out with the kids. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, someone's talking about the Dolphins against the Chiefs or the Eagles something. Not a clue. The only reason I know the Dolphins was from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, when they stole the dolphin, I think. Yeah. Finkel and Einhorn. That's about it. That's as much I know about the Dolphins. Who else have we got in the chat? We've got, let's have a look. We've got Ricky Lau, we've got Darklands, we've got, who else? Vic Ching as well. Good to see you, buddy. Simon Hayes, another of my long-serving members as well. We've got Autobot Phil. We've got London's Calling and Joshua LeBlanc. And I think that is everyone. So there's not as many people in the chat as normal. So I'm not sure if the notification that has gone out wrong or whatever. But like I said, I've been really messing with the settings and trying some new stuff. So yeah, it is what it is. And we'll try again next week to try and iron out them little problems. So apologies for the cough again, guys. Really apologies. And ZB22 just at the end there, coming in the chat. So thanks for joining, buddy. Right, well, let's jump into the newsletter and let's see what we've got for the news. So, Bar Week, Grana Week, Ninny Bong. This week's event is called Back to Basics. That was last week's event. Have they kept the name Back to Basics? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that the name of last week's event? Haven't they just called it the same? Saying nothing. But yeah, this weekend's event is for not only for the 4-star bot, but the 5-star bot and for BB items. So the general consensus is that you will fight up to 50k to get the 4-star combat chip, and then you will fight after that in a leaderboard to get the 5-star bot. If you get in the top, it's 150, I think it is. Was it 150? I think it is. And then I think the top 5-10 people get a BB item. There's not many much information in the newsletter, to be fair. I'm just going off what I can remember that I saw. But yeah, it's a hard event, guys. I've literally had people saying, like, do you think I'd be able to get the 5-star with like doing 55k? I'm like, no, I really much doubt it. And I always say to people, listen, no matter if you're going for the 5-star, you've got to invest for the 5-star. So I wouldn't go in there going, I'm going to do this many points and get the 5-star and try and get it. Go in there just saying to yourself, I'm going to get the 5-star no matter what how many points it takes. If it takes 90k, if it takes 100k, if it takes 120k, you've got to invest and go for it. That's why I'm not a big fan of the leaderboards, because you can't say to yourself, I'm going to do this many points beforehand. You've literally got to do whatever it takes. If you've been in the game long enough, you remember, was it the, what leaderboard was it? Was it Chromia leaderboard? Because I did the Chromia leaderboard. Minerva leaderboard. The Minerva leaderboard was, everyone sort of competed in the leaderboard. It was a 6-team race. Top 5 got Minerva. And literally it was just getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to a ridiculous amount where everyone was putting up like 200k points. It was silly. And so we obviously don't want a similar situation to that. But I just think that the content right now is not quite good enough to reach that and do that. But I think if we do, then we're going to have a serious race on our hands, and it's going to really push them points up. So if you do want to go for the 5-star, guys, just say to yourself, I'm going for the 5-star no matter what. Aim for 120k. Hey, listen, if you can get it with 70k, 60k, brilliant. You got it, and you've got it cheap. That's why you got to look at it. Don't go in there thinking you're going to do 60, 70k because that's what the previous event was. Go in there thinking to yourself, I'm going to do what matters, whatever it takes. So, yeah. I'd say no battle zones, but it is Mayhem mode. They do need to sort of change this a bit so we can sort of see Mayhem mode as well. It does need editing. And then we've got the new combats, which we're going to talk about, obviously, later. 5-star batch, which we announced last week, which is Cosmos and Mindwipe, Lightspeed and Iron Bison, Metal Hawk and Bombers, Tasmanian Kid and Antagony, and Chromia and Velbat, which, again, we'll talk about later. Volcanicus and Predaking, just going through the abilities. Again, we went through them last week. We're going to go through them again and just show people. I want to try some different combos out this week, rather than going through all the details. And then we've got a Volcanicus event in 2 weeks. We've got 2 more weeks to finish him off. To be confirmed next week. I think that's going to be a nice, easy 10k event. And then the 7th, I think that's going to be a nice, easy 10k event as well. And then the endurance. So expect the Volcanicus event to be fairly high, guys. I mean, for a 5-star combiner, well, no, because you've got all the parts. So it's not like you need all the. It's not like you need anything. You just need to press a button and go. So I think there was talk about a Volcanicus bundle in terms of the Black Friday bundles. They're coming back for Volcanicus. The Binagate, whatever people call it. The decent bundles. So I think there's going to be one of them. Don't hold me to that, but I think so. I think there was talk of a Binagate bundle, which is really, really good value. So look out for that. Maybe. More to come. Go and check out your content creators. Obviously myself, Soldier, and Freezius. Freezius streams straight after me. I know there's a bit of a lap over. I had a chat with Freezius. Things going to push his back, so you can literally watch my stream and then go straight to Freezius, which is what I'm going to do. So go and check Freezius' stream out, guys. Covers a lot of the con content. So really good for cons, so go and check it out. So check that out. And Soldier is going to be streaming on a Sunday, I believe. He did make a comment about it in one of the chats. I can't remember which chat it was, but he said he's going to be streaming Sunday as well. So keep a watch out for that. Beauty Corner, a couple of cool pictures. Bug fixes and improvements live today. Sadly, Raiden and Dino King, the 3-star ability was doing too much damage. It was doing 4 times rather than 2, and that has been corrected. And Omega Supreme and Overlord, thankfully, the 4-star ability after the effect has been fixed now. It wasn't working on defense, I believe. Maybe offense as well. It wasn't working though, but has now been fixed. So yeah, cool. And that is the news. Let's see what everyone is saying. So yes, Freeze in the chat. So go and check his stream out, guys, straight after this. Sorry for the coughing, guys. I really am. Grand Transport Super Bowl hasn't happened yet this year. Chiefs will win, and yes, there will be complainers. But what was the game the other day that the Chiefs were in or something everyone's going on about? I don't know. And someone was like, oh, they're going to win it 3 times in a row or something. I don't know, or something. I don't know. No one cares outside of America. So yeah, Blade 19 is just corrected me. Top 20 gets the BBE. That's right, yeah. Jamie Carpenter, good to see you too. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Grand Transport, the bot isn't worth the effort. Neither is a single BBE. There was talk of BBEs becoming available for free to play. I imagine they'll start putting them in other events. They did say they would be available, and I think it's about time. I think Hyro said he's going to do that as well. Joshua the Black Sport. I was going to go for the 5-star. I presume it means the combat, I think. And put it on Smokey, but he's literally the only gunner you can put it on. Not really. No, you can put it on anyone, really. Candyman's he's got all the 5-star batch apart from Felbat, so an easy pull. Yeah, congratulations. That's why you do it. Light the Sky, I think that is supposed to be with the ones, I think. But welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you. I think first time person watching the stream, so thanks for watching. And Grind Time, obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the main thing in it, guys. What else? Also, I felt, wow, they fixed the bot being overpowered with a semi-reasonable time frame. Grind Time's put the other day was the conference championship against the Bills. Not a clue. Not a clue. Oh, right. Stephen Gomez has dumbed it down for me. And he's put last week's American football games was like the FA Cup semi-finals. All right. That makes sense. So pretty important game, but not very important. It's like the second best cup you can win. That's what I'll get from that. Lou Mega, welcome to the streams. Put good afternoon and thanks for streaming. No problem at all. I enjoy it. And Trax has put, I was glad Hyro made it a point to answer my question about drops and prices. It sounds like he might be able to be more flexible with his new studio. Maybe. I just think that they need to do something with crystals now. I just think bringing out new cores is not enough. What would everyone think if they brought out 6-star bots? But wait for it. Wait. They brought out 6-star bots, but it just meant evolving your 5-stars, like we do with ability 11, and like we do with level 11, and it costs resources. What if it costs shards? A lot of shards, don't get me wrong. What if it costs like, I don't know, 30,000 shards to upgrade your bot to a 6-star or something, or 40,000 shards, so something you have to buy bundles for. And listen, I know that not everyone wants to go and buy loads of bundles, I get it, but we need something that you buy bundles for other than cores. You know, what are we going to do with all the crystals that we've got? A lot of top guys have been hoarding for years. Well, not years, but I should say. But you know, we need something to use them for. So what's the answer? What we're gonna get out of crystals that make it a resource that we need? Because we don't need many resources right now. So we need something. Grandson's put American football. If you lost last week, your season is over. So what do you do for the rest of the season? In our season, the football season, it lasts from X to Y, and then that's it. It doesn't matter if you lose every single game. You still got to play the game. You still got to play the whole season. You know, if you get knocked out of one cup, you still play your league. So you got your league, and you've got like 2 or 3 cups you can enter. Kind in my car writers, but he's talking 6-stars. I'm closing the stream. Listen, I will never agree to one introducing 6-star bots instead of the 5-stars. So it's a whole new bot. I'll never agree to that. And I'll never agree to upgrading 5-stars to 6-stars if we've got to level them all again. I will never agree to that. But what if you could upgrade your 5-stars to 6-stars? I know people are going like, no, maybe, but isn't that the same as like ability 11 in a way, but using a different resource? We've kind of done that already, really. They're already 6-stars, so it's kind of like 7-stars in a way. Grandson's put, I'll explain the American football season to you later. It may take illustrations. Darkness has put, use ally and prime cores as part of the cost. Yeah, I know we've got excess of that in a way, the prime core things, but I'm not sure that's a good idea, really. It's just, I don't know, maybe prime cores, make them 6-stars, I don't know. Prime cores are not in crystals, or are they? In bundles and stuff, so it's not going to sort of answer the question, really. I love how the stream has gone from Transformers to like everyone educating me on American football. Everyone has to play the same number of games in football. Your record, other than a wild card, allows you into PL, Premier League. And after down to 2 families to play in UL, but that makes no sense to me at all. Stephen Gomez, the Premier League doesn't have a playoff. I usually say FA Cup because it's the closest thing the NFL playoffs. It's one big knockout stage. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Tracks translated to Earth Wars. Oh, right. Your record, other than a wildcard, allows you into Prime League and after down to 2 families to play in Unicorn League for the top winner. Okay, I get you now. Yeah. You play in Prime League, then UL. Okay. Valiant effort, Grand Transport. It's like the players of the World Cup was, and never mind, England never reached the later stage. Anyway, what you want about? You obviously know nothing about football because literally the last 3 tournaments we've been in a final, and a semi-final. So you obviously know nothing. We always get to the later stages and then lose. That's the way England do it. For some time we did it, back in the 90s, early 2000s. But I'd say the last 12 years we've done really well. It's not won anything. We just never win it. People just call me a noob. He's coming home, Viching. It's never coming home. Not in my lifetime. It was that Fergie, wasn't it? Not in my lifetime. Not in my lifetime. London's called this, but NFL is more like a Champions League setup. Don't get me started on that. That's baffling. I like the league setup in the Champions League, and Americans will be like, what the hell are you talking about right now? I like the league setup of the Champions League. I was actually talking about this tonight. But what baffled me was, when they did the draw And they went, oh yeah, well this team's playing that team. Like, I think young boys were playing like Real Madrid, AC Milan or something. And you're like, Atlanta or something like that. I was like, how are young boys playing all them teams? Absolutely baffling, honestly. The way that they've got set up, and then London's calling just put the old setup. The old setup made sense. The new setup, I get it, but the draw's just weird. You don't know what's happening. People going like, oh yeah, they're playing them next round, and I'm like, oh right, how does that work out? And they go, I don't know. Well, why did they play them? Oh, I don't know. No one knows, honestly. Weird. Vic Ching's put United leading 2-0, yeah, against a team that no one's ever heard. Let's be honest. So, it's irrelevant, innit? Go ahead, Sam, just move on. I'll catch you up later. Oh, alright, so we start talking my football. And then you're like, oh no, move on. You know, dance, monkey boy. You know, but when we're talking yours, it's alright. Is that what it is, yeah? Yeah, Blade 19's put England's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Definitely. Definitely a good analogy. Phrases, it's irrelevant because they aren't City. See, you obviously don't know football that well either. Because City are pretty awful right now. City are awful. City are crap. Honestly, a really bad City right now. They've gone from the best team in England to losing most games. Yeah. I'm just a fan. If you're a fan, you know that Nottingham Forest are the team to cover right now. They're the team to watch. Okay. Alright, let's get into the game. Let's talk about some content. Cool. So, first off, let's take a look at Volcanicus. I'm going to charge this because we're going to need this. So, I did cover him today in the stream, and I thought it was really disappointing. And I said in last week's stream that the thing about Volcanicus is that he's a cluster buster. That I'm gonna coin that phrase. I'm gonna trademark it. Cluster buster. I like that. So, the idea is that you throw him into that Shield Gen, Micronus, MDS, Alchemist, Megatronus cluster. You throw him into there and clear that area. And I've been trying a few different ways of doing that. But there's two main ways that I want to really try. So the first one is that I'll tell you what, let's go into it. Let's go give it a try. And we'll go from there. Why am I doing that? Okay, gotta put a bot down because it doesn't work if we don't. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do the same as last week. I'm going to use the Megatronus first to give a bit of protection. Then I'm going to jump in. Then I'm going to do loads of fire damage as much as I can and try and destroy that cluster. You see, it's taking loads of damage already. So you see there, it took the cluster out, done a decent amount of damage in an area, but I want to try something a bit different this time. So I've been using the Megatronus first and giving it some protection, but what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of doing it a bit different. So they'll did say on the stream you can get different results from using them a bit differently. So I thought that was the best way to use them, and it does clear that section. But let's just try it something a bit different. So what we're going to do different is we're going to use Megatronus later on to try and keep him alive and try and get some more abilities off. So we're going to drop Pipes, drop Volcanicus. I'm going to try and keep him alive a bit longer. So we're going to, as soon as he gets in range, Drop that down there. Get in that. Use the Megatronus, protect him. The fire. No. Definitely not as good. Definitely not. I still think I've got the best combo. Let's try something else. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to put Volcanicus down, protect him from taking damage, jump in, protect him again. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to activate Megatronus earlier to protect him early, but we'll protect him less when he jumps in. So we'll try that one instead. So we're going to try and get the best combo. See what's best for him. So as soon as he starts taking damage, which is now, let's protect him with Megatronus. Let's do some fire around there to get him within range. Stick it on the shield gen. You can see his HP stayed up a lot more this time round, rather than using Megatronus when he's a bit further up. But then he dies a lot faster, it looks like. Yeah, similar results really. There's not much difference. I think we'll get better results though if we try and use the acid from our arc. So let's give it a shot with that. So we're going to try and combine the fire with the acid, get the timing right, take out the shield gen, take out some more clusters. So if I could take this cluster out and take out this shield gen, or even get it down from its vector, then I'd be happy. Actually, well, I didn't take out the MDS last time, so I took these three out, but not the MDS, so let's try and take that MDS out, eh? So we'll put pipes down, we'll just fast forward, let's keep pipes there. Let's keep pipes alive though. Then we can use Volcanicus. So again, Megatronus, fire damage. Then I'm going to do acid up there. Then I'm going to use his meteor. Then we're going to get him up there. Then we're going to do more fire damage. Then we're going to... Oh, that's cleared quite a bit, to be fair. Then we're going to clear that up there. That's actually cleared quite a bit more. I mean, obviously it's going to with the acid. But I think if you combine the acid with the fire, then you're going to clear out a good chunk of the base. You can see there, both MDS are gone, the healing cluster's gone. I mean, to give you an idea, let's compare that to what my base is like here. And a good chunk has gone there. Really good chunk. Let's do it one more time. So you got to think, you got to start thinking about bots that do acid, like, you know, like slingshot, things like that. That are going to emphasize that. So you don't have to use the Titan acid. You can even use an acid Kremzik as well. You think that might help? Just keep them alive. Let's try it. So when the acid's at halfway, so Acid was at halfway when we dropped him, so then let's use that Megatronus to keep him alive. Perfect timing. We get the most out of that now, I think. Let's jump into that as well and do even more damage in an area. Fire damage in an area. Jump onto the MDS. Damage in an area. Fire damage in an area. I'm actually really happy with that. That's cleared out a good area. I mean, yeah, you've got to use the acid as well. But I'm quite happy with that. I think the only problem we've got is that he is very good when there's no anti-fire billboards, no anti-acid billboards. I'm not even going to test it with them because the amount of fire that it reduces is a ridiculous amount to the point where it's going to do literally nothing. I mean, reducing 56% of fire damage, it's going to do half the damage. I mean, you know what? I'm going to test it with a fireproof dome, but I'm going to use the acid still. And see if you can take out that cluster. Let's see if you can take out that cluster with acid and fire. That'd be interesting, actually. Let's give that a go. Okay, so drop pipes because we have to. Not because it's going to cause any difference to the battle. Because of a bug. Oh, great, it's hit mine. Let's just make sure we keep pipes alive first. I could just drop, actually, just drop the combiner, doesn't matter, does it? There we go. So you can see the acid is nearly ready there. Put the acid on as well and jump in. Don't forget to do the fireproof dome core as well. So we'll see what he could do with that. Ooh, nearly. He's nearly took up that whole cluster. So you can see that even with the fireproof dome and the acid, he still does a bit, but not quite enough. I think with a bit of practice, I think we can take that down as well. We could probably prioritize that. But yeah, the big problem is that because fireproof dome and anti-acid cores are so prevalent right now in the game, it's gonna really counter Volcanicus at the minute. Will the meta change down the line? Maybe, probably. Will Volcanicus be a good bot for leveling? Unlikely. So you've got to think that although there's some good ideas behind Volcanicus, I just feel like there's too many counters to him for him to be a top class combiner. I don't know, and it sort of kills to say that because I think actually they've done a really good job with this. It's just that out of all the combiners he could have picked, Volcanicus is the most countered right now out of all the combiners. So sadly, it's going to be the hardest to balance because you've got to balance it around taking the billboards out, really. Let's be honest, we always say just take the billboards out, then you can use the combiner as you like. So you still need to take them billboards out. But let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for 5-star? Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for 5-star Volcanicus? Are you going to go for him? Are you going to use him? Are you going to level him? Do you see a use for him in wars, maybe? Who knows? Let me know in the comment, guys, what your opinion is. Let's have a look. Everyone's sort of saying. I'm going to have a quick drink. Bit of real football talk. I like that. Jack says, but I heard a rumour Wozza might make his way up to Prime League. The way you heard that. I've considered it. I've considered it. I can neither confirm nor deny. It's all about time. That's the only issue. Honestly, guys, I live a mad lifestyle outside of the game with Jake and his football and between work as well. So, but I did say that if the war rework comes in and I'm interested in it, then I might take that step up. The big issue is time. I know there's protocols in the top teams where you have to, if you don't beat a base, you've got to wait an hour, things like that. And, sadly, if I drop on a base, I haven't got 2 hours to hang around and do my attacks. I worked it out once that unlikely, but let's just say you beat every base on your third attempt and you have to wait an hour to each one. It's 15 hours in a day. No one's going to do that. So it's quite unrealistic, but I understand why the protocols are there. But what else? Joshua the boy has put, can you try and win Metroplex? Yeah, I can do. Yeah, let's give it a go. I don't think it'd be as effective. Because it'll take the shield gen out still, but won't be as effective or as much damage. But yeah, can do. So now Donna's put, we need decorations added to the game. It's been so long since a new campaign. I don't think we'll see a campaign again. This is just too much work, from what I've heard, for very little what the game gets back. So you got to think it's very burnable content. Once you've done that campaign, you'll never touch it ever again. So you'll do a campaign in like half an hour, and then that's it. You're done. And it takes hours and hours and hours of work to get one of them campaigns in the game. Literally hours. So all those hours of work for like 5 minutes of game time, or half an hour of game time, it's not really worth it. It's a very burnable content, so I doubt we'll see many again. Sadly. Right, let's go again. Matua Russell, I hope I've got that right. I think he says from New Zealand. Good to see you in the stream. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. So let's drop pipes and then we can just wait for the beam to load up. Get it about halfway. We might have to wait a bit longer just to make sure. Drop Volcanicus. So what I've been just trying to do as well is hit them front defenses with the Megatronus. And it takes them down that bit quicker. You can see there, bit less than the acid. Anything with a self-repair on around my Cronus will just heal back up again, basically. So you're talking anything around the cluster that hasn't got a self-repair. So the question is, will we see self-repair going back into the MDS? Because usually you see like Megatronus on it and Vector, things like that. You don't really see self-repair much on the MDS nowadays. But you never know. What else? I use Whirl for a BB with his acid. Slingshot uses fire, just has an acid cloud. I don't like Whirl, I'm not a big fan. I don't know. I don't think his range is as good as what what I thought it was. That makes sense because it was very good at one time, but now there's bots that far surpass that. Joshua LeBlanc's put very excited about him. Got ready to go on release. Needs to take out the BBs for Leo anyway, so not a big deal breaker. True. Skipped ahead. J-Rad's put billboards are hard to take down when people put them next to their SG, at least with just smoke screen. But Blue and him combined can do it. They're quite easy to take out, really, even with other bots. Decimus is missing 2 Volk bots. Blade in no rush to get them. Sonal Donna's put, I know this game follows a lot of Clash of Clans. It would be cool if we got a second base like Underwater, a second base like G1. Yeah. Maybe. So another base would be pretty cool, I think, starting again with something different. Drax has put, who follows protocols? It's funny you say that, actually. Because it was very, very, very strict on protocols when I was in there. Very strict on protocols. Catlands, but that's why more than one war squad is needed. Alright, show off. Carnage Macaratus, but when the meta eventually changes and the healing cluster changes into something else, then Predaking Volcanicus go back to being completely useless again. No, I think we'll always have that cluster in a way. What is in the cluster might change. Who knows? But I can't see fire cores going anywhere anytime soon. I think we'll see fire cores as much as we did FFD. I really do. Does Metroplex have the fire perk? I don't know. I've not used Metroplex in that long. I can't even tell you. I don't know. No. That's the protection from fire, though, isn't it? Yeah, fire protection. So yeah, on defense, yeah, that increases protection on defense, yeah. To make it even harder, to be fair. Not many people are going to use Metroplex on defense, I don't think. To get 50k in Mayhem mode, how much you got to spend? Any thoughts? Vic Ching has put $10, $20. Honestly, you're very efficient. It means you're playing all weekend. I think I worked it out that you need to use the run 5 teams, let it build up, run 5 teams, and then at the end of the day, just coin the cooldown, and then run 5 teams, like 5 bots again a couple of times at the end of the day, and use the cells and coins for that just only. Don't use them to do the bots, and you'll get 50k easy, honestly. Mac Moore CF has put, I was not able to beat your base. Greetings. Who's greetings? Does that mean greetings to me? I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, Joshua Blanks put, it's doable free to play without mayhem, lots of time, but possible. Yeah, in other words, if you use 5 cell battles, but it's going to take a long time. I think $10, $20 and you get it done easy. J-Rad's put, you can just snipe the fire dome to help with that. Yeah, in certain situations. True. It's about point management then. So now Donna's put, I hope they had a revenge players who attack your base. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Vic James put, fair point, Joshua. I've got plans this weekend. Wonder if there's any tips. Spend more money. Stephen Gomez has put, I regret getting that last 5-star bot for Volk. He looks very average. It was sludge. Oh yeah, fair point then, yeah. Mine was Grimlock. I wasn't too bothered. But I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's awful. Just don't think he's unbelievable. Joshua Barks, but thanks, Wozza. Still leveling arc, so using Metro for now. Fair point. Yeah, Darklands mentioned that Sludge has come back into the meta a bit with people doing the sort of wall segments. Yeah, I'm thinking about the slush attack again. Using Sludge and then rushing up. Traxxas put you should have 5 war teams in Cybertron. I mean, I have 3 to PL to cover the types of bases. Yeah, but there's difference between having 5 in Cybertron League and 5 in Prime League. So now Donna's put, do you think the game will get shut down like Forged to Fight or something like this? Not anytime soon. No. I think they're going to really invest in it, and we'll see over the next year. I think the next year will tell a lot, I think, how it's going to go. And Stephen Gomez has asked, can I try Volk versus a Zone 15 base? Zone 16 is too random. Well, sadly, the test server, Zone 15 is like 14 and Zone 16 is like 15. So, we will see. Okay. Let's go. Let's go in Zone 16. See what kind of base we get. And we'll go from there. Yeah. This is a Zone 15-ish base. I mean, it's a HQ 17. So, doable. Let's try him then. I mean, we got Metro to fair, so that makes a bit of a difference, but let's try him out. Let's hope the combine is not a good one. Well, he's making short range of it to doing short work of it, I mean. To be fair to him. He's killing it. Let's just try something a minute, and then what? We do get a second 5-star ability off. To be fair. So yeah. Not too bad. Let's try him in Zone 17, eh? Let's try him in the top zone so we can get a top base and see what we can do with just like. So yeah, similar base. Let's see how we do. Let's work through it. So we'll activate his 5-star first to give him some protection. We'll try and get 2 5-star abilities off. Do some fire damage over there. Clear that. Clear one side with the fire. Go on this side and clear that. We've cleared most of this side here. I'm not going to use a Titan Blast. Protect him a bit there. Try and protect him a bit more. Yeah, I can do Zone 15. Yeah. I still think good for Zone 15. It's pretty decent. It's better than I thought, actually. I thought it died a lot faster, but damage reductions really helped him stay alive, so yeah. Darklands, hopefully they rework the zones long before HU19. I think it'll come with HU19, I think, to be fair. So now Don, there's a glitch where the combat bots stay in one place without moving. I'd send a ticket to, well, So he goes to Space Save. That's a good point, actually. Where do tickets go to now? That's a good point. Let's hit Dale up. So now, Don, when you're at HQ17 base field, lifeless without statues, decorations with so many spaces. Yeah, it's more like a thing, it's like a Clash of Clans thing, innit? But I'm not a big fan of that. That one's a sport. It's in zone 15, clears from the looks of it when HQ17 are lower. Yeah, I think HQ17 lower will be fine. Yeah. They will do HQ18, right? What do you mean? What will do HQ18? We're at HQ18 now, don't forget. HQ19 is coming next. Darklands HQ18 is going to depend on the presence of prime cores. I don't think he'd be able to do it at Zone 8, at HQ18. I don't think so. It takes too much damage, I think. I don't think he will. Cool. Okay. So let's take a look at the new combat. So obviously we covered the new combat last week. But some changes have been made. So let's take a look at him now. Where's the lab gone? There it is. Excuse me, sorry guys. So Styler, so shoots targets from long range. So it does have the same range as Glitch. They weren't showing the stream, but it does. Every 12 seconds, fire a shot that reduces attack range of enemies in a medium area by 56% for 8 seconds. And deals 0.3 DPS damage. So 0.3 DPS damage is pretty meh, if I'm honest with you. But don't forget, every 12 seconds, you reduce the range for 8 seconds. So let's give it a go. If you upgrade it, it just increased the area damage. The attack range reduction effect to 60%. So not much change. But let's give it a go. Okay, so we've got smoke screen here with Styler. So I think the big change that's changed since last week is that last week he only targeted defenses and he sort of started to walk off. And so the range reduction, I think, will only target defenses, but he doesn't seek out defensive. That makes sense, just when he's in range, which makes sense. But we'll see it in action. You can see anyway. So we'll drop C spray here with Styler. So you see that there's a range reduction. So you see there it's hit all this area here. You see, look, all in 4 defenses hit already. So now they're targeting again. Fires range reduction. Boom, there we go. Protects him. So that's to fire at him. There's range reduction. Boom. So you can see there, the missile launcher here is still firing at him. But it's taking that beam out. And we get a fire. Yep. There's range reduction again. That's a decent amount of damage. So obviously it's a bit of a unfair test. We're just putting one gun up against like a few defenses. But you can see it works in a decent range. So we always talk about the combats and the downfalls, what they're good at, what they're bad at. I would say the main downfall of this combat is that if we compare it to other combats, so let's think of other options that we can put on. So we've got Glitch. So Glitch, 43% chance for critical damage, 2 times more damage, and targets take more damage. Nightstick increases by 32%. The acid bullet does 200% of the bot's DPS. Top shot increases damage 118% of the bot's DPS. So you can see that all these combats increase the damage of the bot that it's equipped on. The problem with Styler is that it doesn't actually increase the damage of the bot. So whatever DPS it has got, that's what it's got. So you're going to find that although it's maybe minimal, it's going to take you longer to get through the base, not doing as much damage, maybe not as much healing, not as much acid, not as much damage generally. So I think that's a big downfall of the bot. So you got to ask yourself then, so how can we use this bot in the top leagues? So I think that sometimes you've got to think outside the box a bit and think to yourself, how are we going to use this when we think of extreme sometimes? What are we going to do when people use three of them? So we've got the 5-star on Sea Spray. We've got the 4-star on Warpath. And we have the 3-star on Blue Streak. We've also put just Smoke Screen in there for all the reasons. Have another gunner. I've got a couple of healers as well. So let's see how they do. So I'm going to try and split them up a bit. And I'm going to try and stagger the deployment. I'll stagger them all at the same time. Then I imagine the 5, 4 and 3-star will all fire around the same time. What I want to try and do ideally is I want the 5-star to shoot and the 4 and 3-star to also shoot somewhere in between. And hopefully it will keep the defences range reduced to 50% constantly. But with the gunners also having extra range from the likes of Glitch and the likes of Styler, that will keep them out of range. Let's see how that goes. Gonna put the 2 healers behind them. You see there's the range decrease going in there. Range decrease going in there. Let's put these tanks in now. And because there's no FFDs, I'm literally just going to keep rushing these bots in. And see how we do. And any points that I get, I'm not even going to use the abilities. I'm just going to keep rushing these bots in. Reducing that range. Again. Just popping them away. I'm going to use a bit of heal on these, I think. Just to keep them alive. Looks like there's an FFD somewhere. I don't know where. Thought to come all the way, but hey. Hmm. Keep going. And you see there, we took a big chunk of the base out. Just sort of just through walking the base, reducing the range. So let's just go to the next step. Let's go through the base now and let's try and take out some long range defenses. So that's what we're going to simply do. We're literally going to take out long range defenses to stop them hitting them bots. So let's try and bring him up there a bit. I want to try and get him to go higher. So now we're going to take out some of these defenses. Give me that minute. That's dangerous. Popping beach coma with a load of gunners. That's very dangerous. You know, the best idea is to speed him up. I thought I might kill him, but. So you see there that, you know, I actually quite like the range. I actually quite like the area reduction. I think that a big problem is that although it shortens the area of defenses when you're close to them, defenses that are far away still hit the box, so it's kind of irrelevant in that sense. It's okay for the shorter range, but again, when you look at bases, like let's be honest, I've set this base up just to show you an example. But when we actually look at bases, you're looking at bases having the cannons up front, and they're having the launchers and the beam lasers, the mortars somewhere around the back and the edges. So although I like the decrease in range that it gives, I just don't think they're gonna hit those defenses enough to shorten the range, if that makes sense. Those defenses will still be out of range, and if you try and sort of kill them with the bots to stop them from hitting them, well, you would kind of do that anyway, if that makes sense. So I kind of find that although it's a really neat idea with this combat, practically it's just not got enough damage to get it through the base, and they haven't got enough protection to protect them from the defenses that are long range that they actually can't reach. So I'm not going to sit here and really criticize the combat and say it's awful. It's not. I'm not also going to sit here and say it's amazing either and worth the effort to go and get 70, 80, 90k to go and win this guy. I think he's alright. I think if he would have had a 30% damage increase, it wouldn't be as bad. It'd be up there. Some people are saying that he's quite OP. Could you put him in a team with other combats and work as well? Yes. Is it the same as Glitch? No. It's kind of a support aspect than damage. But I always think that I want my combats that I put on gunners to give them damage, what they're there for. I'm a very purist like that. I like my tanks to protect. I like my healers to heal. I like my gunners and my jets to do damage. And I just don't really see the point of putting a combat like this on a gunner that is there to do damage, really. So yeah, I'm not sold on it, but I'm not saying it's awful. I like the idea behind it. It's going in the right direction. It's something a bit new. It's a bit like Dazzle Strike, but on a gunner. I don't mind that. It's kind of an upgrade from Dazzle Strike, so I don't mind it too much. Is it going to revitalize the game and change people's teams? I don't think so. Will people run it? Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be a game changer anytime soon. But I also don't think it's going to be the worst combat in the game either. There's a lot worse out there. So let me know what you think. Are you super pumped for this? Can you see a good use for this in your team? Do you envisage it a bit different than I do? Let me know in the comment, guys, what you guys think. And yeah, we'll see this weekend. And the jury's out. And we'll see when people start playing with the combat, how we can maybe use this to good effect. Let's have a look what everyone's saying. Tracks, Penn Lancaster. I'm interested in what Fabian is going to do with the Alpha Trion Defense Corps. I'm not. It was Fabian that suggested a range increase. Which, if you look, actually, it actually says that in the cores. So if you look at the cores, enter lab, prime cores. Is it on here? No, is it on my account? Let's have a look a minute. So let's have a look. Sure, I saw it here. Where did I see it? Let's have a look a minute. I saw this somewhere. Prime core shots, prime core shots, prime core shots. Where is it? I saw this somewhere. Interesting. I've seen it somewhere. But anyway, it was Fabian's idea to give Alpha Trion a range increase, and I was dead against it. I was like, sounds awful. And I said, listen, every single every single defensive prime core in the game mirrors the attack combat in some way, very close. You can't make Alpha Trion on attack give extra points, and on defense give it extra range. It just makes no sense at all. It's supposed to match. And we had a bit of back and forth and almost an argument over it, and then he decided to scrap it. So yeah, it's my fault that Alpha Trion is not here, to be fair. But I just think having us do that anyway. I don't think they've got the time to change it. I don't think they've got the tech to change it. But there needs to be something else. It really does. Joshua LeBlanc, can you confirm, deny it's intentional that small screen is only going to equip him? No. The source. Anyone can do it. Any good I can equip it. Volcanicus put, we don't need another Dazzle Strike. Fair point, maybe. Drax has put, it's pretty nasty with 2 glitches and 2 stylers. Yeah, you would need the DPS from glitch to compensate for styler. Joshua LeBlanc, the Liège defense score is messing up your tanks. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah. Didn't take much notice of it. But they got no, they got thingy though. Have they not got let's talk about it. I don't know they are. Hang on. Oh no, they've only got the Forge of Solus Prime, that's why. On my live account they got the Forge of Solus Prime. Yeah. So no. So look, hack community. So yeah, maybe slug, but not, I think yeah. Andrew Stevenson, don't forget to show Slingshot. You couldn't last week. What do you want me to show with Slingshot? Let me know, and I will do. Vixen's put, good evening, Wozza, new combat doesn't look too bad. Trax has put, it should have had a 30% DPS increase. That way you would get the full DPS every 0.6 seconds, so you're going to be shooting faster. That'll just get the full DPS and attack. Yeah, speed of attack. Yeah, it doesn't do enough damage, really. Let's be honest. Math Cooper combat would be great if it could be used on range special class. If you mean the likes of, well, no, it won't get on Leo Prime, things like that, but it will go on Skyburst and Onslaught. It will equip to them, which you can see there, Styler. Just to confirm, if you try and put it on Leo Prime, oops, then it won't. So it's ranged gunners, but ranged specials like that in that sense, yeah. Don't let's go into building cores. I just did you mean like, is it down here? Down here, you mean? What do you mean? Trying to show you now. Oh, building cause, yeah. Not there either. Not there either. Hmm. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. Is it on here on the test server? I saw it. No, where did I see it? It's really bugging me now where I saw it. I saw it somewhere. Don't know. Bugging me. Yeah, Darkness has put guest was removed to figure it out. It was definitely there, wasn't it? Am I dreaming? I'm not dreaming, am I? It was definitely there. Okay. Let's take a look at its 5-star batch and what changes have been made. So we can confirm that Lightspeed has had no changes at all. Lightspeed is as he is. I'm not a massive fan of Lightspeed. I've got him quite leveled up around 62, I think, on my live account. And I'm not the biggest of fans. I know he has the sort of 2 vectors in a way. And you can put, obviously, Forge Source Prime and get another vector on him. But I'm just not the biggest fan, to be fair. It's just high HP. His ability is pretty meh. It's just high HP. Now, if we're running time traps, I'll be a big fan of Lightspeed. I think it'd be amazing. But we're not. So, Lightspeed is a bit of a... I've already got him. I don't need him. I'm not going to pull him. But I'm not going to chase him either. Now, Metal Hawk I was never a fan of in testing. This is quite hard. Because in testing, I wasn't impressed with him, really. And he came into the meta and people started using him. But then we found out at a later date that instead of 20 seconds, he was doing 40. And he was also having his G1 incorporated into his ability without actually having the G1. So he's massively more powerful than what he actually is. And that has been now corrected. So for 3+3, you basically reduce the range of enemies by 6%. So similar to what we just seen with Styler for 20 seconds. Now, one of these, I never really liked blades in that sense. And it was like the Megatron or something, like the cannon or something like that, which was great to see. But I'm never a big fan of like blades and bots that don't kill a defense but just distract it for a while. I always think that for 3 ability points plus 3, so for 6 ability points, say, you can distract a load of defenses for 40 seconds, which is a really good time. Maybe 2 lots of defensive, 20 seconds each. But then again, for 6 ability points, well, 5, sorry, you can clear a decent area with Leo Prime. So yes, alright, they might have fire build bots to stop that and things like that. But I just think that there's bots out there that can clear the area rather than slow it down. And 3, for me, anything that supports will be really cheap. And I think that 3+3 is not cheap enough. So I'm not a big fan personally of Metal Hawk, and I know some people are, but like I said, that comes from I'm not a big fan of support bots that don't clear areas. I like to do damage. I like to clear an area and forget about it. I don't want to have to do something in that area and then have to worry about it again another 20 seconds and use more ability points to maybe take that area out. So I'm not a big fan of Metal Hawk, if I'm honest with you. So then we've got Cosmos. There's not any changes coming to Cosmos, what I understand. But there is some talk in playtest that he's too easy to kill. So will they increase his HP maybe? Will they make him invisible for longer? I don't know. But he definitely needs something to help him with survivability. He's far too easy to kill right now. I actually think his ability is decent. It's just too easy to take out on defense. And on attack, he's okay against Beachcomber, but other than that, it doesn't do much. It's not the best. And again, 3+4, 3 ability points. Again, you're hacking something. You're not destroying something. Does a bit of damage, but you're not clearing an area for 3+4. 3, 7, 11. I would rather take a bot that for 3 ability points and 7 and 11 is going to clear that area, not hack it for 20 seconds and then have to then go and deal with it maybe later using twice the points anyway. So again, Cosmos, same as Metal Hawk, unless they make you do something a bit crazy, I can't seem really want him to go for him. So last off, we've got Chromia and Tasmanian Kid. So looking at Tasmanian Kid, so they've had to sort of rework the ability, Dale said. And if I'm perfectly honest, cards on the table, when I tested him, it was that bad. I've never used him again since. And I honestly can't even remember what his ability did. I just remember sending his ability, he did something, then he used it again. And I remember saying at the time, I don't understand why you're using the ability and then the other ability cancel the other one out. So you can see here that this has not changed. That perform a swipe that deals 1,700 damage, targets that have been disabled by Alpha Strike. So you disable them with Alpha Strike, will have their disabled time reset when hit. So you disable them with Alpha Swipe, doing 881 electric damage per second, and it disables them. Then you use Alpha Strike and it resets it, so it goes longer, disables them for longer. But for how long? Oh, for 8 seconds again. Disables for 8 seconds, but for 2 plus 4, for 6 ability points, you're disabling something for 16 seconds. So for 6 ability points, you're disabling something for 16 seconds. And doing half decent damage. But then I just think, you've got bots, again, doing electric damage. And doing a lot more damage. So Bumblebee, to give you an idea, at level 66, does 66% of his DPS. So that is around 400 damage. So over 12 seconds means he's doing about 5k damage at 6611. For 2 plus 2. It's a lot cheaper than Tasmanian Kid. I'm not sold. I'm not sold at all. I know there's some people that said, oh, I've been using him in the game, he's been doing amazing. But he, again, was doing double the damage that it should be doing. And so that is now getting reduced as well, because he was bugged. These things happen, sadly. I know lots of people are going to be quite annoyed, but I think it's a nerf. It's not a nerf. It's just correcting what he was doing. I also think as well, because 8 seconds and you have to use the other ability, you've got to kind of time it. And you're not going to get it then on 8 seconds. So you're kind of realistically going to get 6 seconds out of it probably. And so you're not getting the full damage out of it. And I've been trying different things and I've got mixed results. And I'm a big fan that I want to use something and know that it is going to do X. And when you have to use timers and things like that, there's no timer on it, I'm just not a big fan. And then lastly, we have Chromia, the 5-star. Chromia and Felbat. So Chromia and Felbat not changed much. A couple of small changes. So what they have decided to do is take away the stun lock from Chromia. So when you're leveling a bot and you used to get Chromia just stunning you constantly, that's been taken away, and she now acts like other scouts where they do stun, but it's not a stun lock. You can actually use abilities in between. So that's not affected the tower, it's not affected the ability in any way, it's just affecting Chromia's stun. So I was on the fence with that. It can be annoying, the stun, especially when leveling. It is frustrating that you could just stun lock someone. It's not really fair. But it did make a decent. So you got to think that if you're taking that away, what are you giving her extra? So there's 10% extra health on her shock tower, which obviously equates to more because she has more health as well. So she has more health. There's more health as a percentage, so it's a bit healthier. But it's still really easy to take out. But we talk about ability 11 and the G1 making the bot. Now the G1 cores are still early in testing, so I can't really show them yet. I think the ability 11s are going to change. And I'll be honest with you, I hope they do. So, at the minute, Chromia's ability 11 is simply just a knockback. So, when the tower explodes, it will knock back enemies. So, the problem with this is, when she's used on defense, and it explodes and knocks people back, and Dale said all the bots go all over, they're going to walk in a straight line back to where they were again. So, it's not going to cause that much of chaos. But when you use her on attack, which is very rarely used, we could do something to make her viable on attack as well. You can't knock back defenses. So on attack, this ability 11 literally does a damage boost. That's it. Nothing else. On defense, it does knockback. I think that needs totally... I don't mind the knockback being part of it, but I think that needs totally rewriting. If that is just her ability 11, I would go as far as saying it's one of the worst ability 11s in the game. It really is that bad. It's not worth the million spark and the Zen to give it a knockback. And I think it's a bit, if I'm honest with you, I like Dale a lot, but I think it's really short-sighted just to give it a knockback and think that that will do for ability 11. Ability 11 normally changes the bot and makes it really desirable. I don't think a knockback is going to be desirable. And for those thinking, oh, what's a knockback? Imagine the target protocol when it hits your gunners and the gunners just get knocked back a bit. That's kind of it. That definitely is looking at and changing, improving, without a doubt. Tasmanian Kid, ability 11. So, for his ability 11, he gains 5% health for the rest of the battle. So, he's already got 38k, which is not too bad, if I'm honest. And if you use the ability like 4 or 5 times, because it's got 2 abilities, I've yet to confirm it, but I think so. For each one you use, you get 5%. So if you use the Omega Swipe, and then you use the Alpha Swipe, you'll get 10% ability damage. 10% health back. Or is that just... no. So sadly, you have to use the Omega Swipe twice to get the 10% health. So it's 5% health per Omega Swipe. And then it's just for 12 seconds that you disable an area for the Alpha Swipe. To be fair though, getting the 5% extra health on the 2+2 ability sounds more beneficial. That's a decent ability 11. And that he gets a different ability 11 for that one. I do like that. I like the fact he gets 2 ability 11s for the 2 abilities. I do like that. Is it enough for me to make me want to go for this bot? No. Not really. And so you've got to think that from the bot's point of view, Meadowhawk, on the fence, Lightspeed, I already have him, but I'm not convinced by him. Don't think he's that good. Tasmanian Kid, on the fence, I think he's alright. I don't think he's off anymore, but I don't think he's great either. Cosmos, not really that good, really. And then Chromia, not that much of an upgrade from the 4-star. So as it is right now, the 5-star batch is looking quite poor, if I'm perfectly honest. And Dale did say that if you want a bot to have a really good rework, vote for it in the Legacy, or ask for it in the Legacy, because that'll get a really good rework. And we've seen that in the past with the likes of Drift and Huffer and things like that. Cosmos got a decent rework, but we always said that when you rework bots in Legacy, it's not for the top leagues. It's more for just general play. And I think all these bots will be good in general play. But if we're talking at the top levels of the game, bots you want to invest in to get you at that top level, to go and fight in Prime League and get the top rewards, I'm not convinced any of these bots are going to be game changers like the previous patch. You know, when we talk about the likes of Leo Prime, when we talk about Blue Streak, those bots are literally must-haves in most war teams. Where they compare these bots, I'm not really sold. So I think there's a lot of things to change. I think a lot of changes need to happen still to this 5-star batch. I think ability 11s need to improve. I think the G1s, when they come out, hopefully they can make a massive impact. But I still think some big things to change. Let me know what you think in the comments at the way the 5-star batch is right now. Would you go for any of the bots? I know Fellbat is a combiner piece. That makes sense that the cons are going to go for that. But is there another reason you go for this batch? Do you actually like some of the bots, even with the changes? Let me know. Oh, excuse me. Let's have a look. So what everyone's saying. Lightspeed can dodge Leo hack. Sorry. Yeah, but they still hack the rest of your team though. Cosmos needs a shield when he lands, maybe. But then again, if he's he just get close, I suppose. Yeah, so yeah, good point. Darklance's ability needs to hit on top of each other. I mean, I think he's talking about Tasmania Kid. You need to max the two together. Let's give a bit of a test. Where is it? I'm just bringing to the bottom. There you go. Darklands, I'm missing Chromia and Taz Kid from new batch. And if Chromia is first pull, I'm not pulling Taz Kid. Well, let's give him a go. Let's see how good he is, actually. Let's put Beachcore for first for a bit of protection. Don't forget he's got no combat or anything. I've got his G1, but... So let's get him in range. So let's disable defenses in an area. How big's the area? So yeah, it's not bad. So again, look at the timer. Not too sure about the timer, but we'll keep going and we'll do it around now, I think. Okay, takes them out. Let's take that area out. I think the key will be when he gets close to MDS. Can he do some damage against the MDS? Excuse me. Give him some protection from Beachcomber. Let's see if he can take any of this out. I don't think he will because it's obviously healing and stuff, so... Did you do anything good against it at all? No. Disable an area. Get the MDS. Just tickles it really. Yeah, I'm just not sold. Just think it's expensive for what it does really. I'm not sold. Berserk's put suggested that because Stunlock is negative play. I will agree with that. And the ability to have a knockback idea to adjust pathing. It doesn't really though. Raven Boy 3141, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. What else? Autobot Phil's but not one for the top league is the worst mentality. A well-balanced game would have nothing but bots that can be used to effect in the top leagues. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. I had this conversation with Dale, and he agrees to disagree. I think all bots should be viable at the top of the game, but I don't know. Let's have a look. Vic Jinx put, I will go for the batch just because of light speed. Yeah, well, I've already got light speed, so that's why I'm a bit like, I'm not too sure. Berserk's put, give me an idea for Cosmos and Mind Wipe, steal an ability from the other bot, then use it. I think that's very hard to do. I think it's very hard. It'd be cool, but I think it'll be very hard to work into the game in terms of tech. Track support, I would probably pull Chromia, the Kid, and Cosmos just cause. Either two, and who knows how things might change. True, that's a good point. But not stoked about any. Not like I was with Blue and Beach and Jones. Yeah, I literally cleared that last batch out. So you can see here that, look, I literally cleared batch 16 out. Just to show you there is such a batch. So yeah, I literally cleared this out. It was that good a batch. I've not bothered. I'm not going to bother this current batch. If it stays, it is. If it stays, it is. Cool. Oh, hey. And Raiden is finally finished. I think he's done 20. Yep, Raiden is maxed out. So, might actually put him on defense, see how he goes. I know he was bugged doing ×4 damage, now he's doing ×2. But I just want to see what he does and maybe just confuse some people. And they go like, what the hell is this? So I'm actually stick him on defense actually and see what he does. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I might try them both and see what's more effective. Last off. So in today's stream, they announced the new bots for the Endurance, and that is going to be Gears for the Autobot and Quake for the Decepticons. So super pumped that we're getting another G1 bot. We always seem to get a new G1 bot around this time of year. With Beachcomber last year, it's Gears this year. So the rumour is that it's going to be a gunner. That's what Yanis said he thinks it's going to be. It's not going to be a scout. At first I thought a scout might be like Brawn, similar sort of class for me. But it's going to be a gunner. So what ability would you like to see on these bots? Let me know in the comments. What have we not got in the game? What's underutilized? Is there something around Gears lore that suits him that would work really well? Let me know in the comments. Super pumped to have a new G1 bot coming to the game, and I can't wait to get him and test and see how he fares. With Fabian at the helm, Fabian's back. Fabian's going to hopefully do a good job of this bot, do it justice, and we'll have some really good content for you guys to cover later this month. Yep, Gears and Quake. Confirmed, guys. Confirmed. Yep. Berserk's put Quake being a tank is the way they should lead design, not Gears. I think Gears is more well known than Quake, though, to be fair. Gears is very well known as a G1 bot. Mark Cooper's put nice. Quake is cool. Shame it's not one of the deluxe Insecticons that came out last year. It might be. Who knows? It makes sense if it's in with the toy line, wouldn't it? Because they go for toy line. So yeah. If that came out as a toy, I'd probably put money on it that it would probably be that version. Oh dear. Apologies again. Cool. Alright, well that is it for today's stream. Thanks to everyone for joining. Don't forget to hit a like. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Make sure you go and check out Freeze's stream. That should be on in the next 15-20 minutes, maybe something like that. Be on soon. Go and check him out, guys. Our Decepticon content creator. Go and check him out, especially if you're a con. Thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Go and check out Freeze. Peace out, guys.